Uist is gearing up to vote for our next MP on July 4th. Anne Pepper sat down to speak to the candidates and find out how they'll work for Uist. Next up is Kenny Barker from the Scottish Conservative Party.
I've been working in healthcare for so long, I knew what services were in the hospital, And as soon as COVID came along, we lost our endoscopy suite and we lost our colonoscopy suite. And these were things that Nicola Sturgeon was very proud of. She actually came up and opened it when she was the health minister. She's got a plaque in the hospital. As soon as COVID came along, that was it. It all sort of died down. It was all moved to Stornoway. And so was the chemotherapy that was down in UBH. Sadly, these are things that we really need because now we're having problems with planes, And I was up in Stornoway myself for hospital just February there, and there was about 17 of us got on the plane that actually went to the hospital, and they were supposed to access an 8-seater plane. And the problem is you've got people going up there with escorts, so really you're only getting 4 patients and 4 escorts on the plane, and everybody's having to go by ferry, And I don't blame the council for the 8-seater plane. I actually blame the council and the health board. Before they dealt with organising an 8-seater plane, I believe the health board and the council should have sat down together. It seems all our services are being taken away down here, and it's time they came back. We've got a big hospital over there that should be functioning for the community, but it's not. It was said years ago that it would become a taxi stop for patients heading to Stornoway, and that's what seems to be happening. And nowadays, even clinics are not being scheduled because they don't know if the consultants can get because of the plane.
How specifically is there going to be a strong voice for rural communities in regards to Uist?
I think in regards to Uist, it will be a strong voice because it will stand up for the islands. But they can't do it on their own. They need the councillors and everybody else, the community councillors, to all come in together, work as a team, and push to get more things for the islands, And if it means screaming from the rooftops, that's what we have to do. And I've always said Uist has been missing out quite a lot of things, but I've always blamed the fact that we've had an SNP, MSP, and an MP, and you usually find when you have both in one area, they'll never argue with each other or push. When you've got one of one and one of another, you'll find they start competing against each other. And it's who can outdo whom and who's got the loudest voice, and that's when you get more. But no, healthcare is my big bag. That and wind turbines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about them?
I don't like wind turbines.
No?
No. Especially the big wind farms. And every day I come along that road back in Lomari, I see these 2 big wind turbines, and I just think, why are they not giving us the electricity? Why is it being exported off the island? They say that too can supply electricity to the whole of North Uist, and over its lifetime, I think it's 20 years, it'll only make £2 million profit to be spent in the community. But if you take that £2 million, that's not a lot of money, and you give everybody cheaper electricity for that 20 years, everybody gets the benefit then. If you're only getting £100,000 a year and you're having to pay staff and do everything else with it, nobody's going to see it. It's bonkers. I think big wind farms are no good to the people in the Western Isles. They're only good for big companies. They're going to get all the money out of it. They're going to make all the profit out of it. But there's going to be nothing for the likes of you, me, and every other person that lives here, apart from a horrible view. And if they get off it in the west coast of Lewis, we'll have them down Stinky Bay within a couple of years, I predict. Because once they set a precedent up there, they can bring it down to the rest of us. We need someone that's going to represent the island from Barra all the way to Stornoway, and we need somebody that'll do it properly.